So welcome everyone to today's Japanese Strixhaven set booster opening. So hopefully this will go well. I know I've been kind of critical of Strixhavens in the past, but we're hoping to hit a home run, maybe see a nice demonic tutor, preferably in the exclusive Japanese art. That's kind of the home run, excuse me, for this set. So fingers crossed. I have the website here with all the Japanese images and everything on there because well, a lot of them you can tell by the mana cost. Sometimes it's difficult to determine all of them. Oh, hi, hey Melissa. Okay, good. I did like a test, a test record, and it was a little low, so I turned it up a little bit to see if hopefully it improved it. So I'm gonna get started here, and there we go. So there's a nice cardboard. As you can see, we have our lovely Japanese packs, and they do have that longer style that they tend to have in Japan. I think it's so they can hang them on pegs. It's my understanding. That's how they sell them oftentimes in Japan. So that is how it goes. So yeah, as far as like the main Strixhaven set, I'm not really expecting anything, you know, out of that. I don't know if anything is worth anything. But I did see that my Magma Opuses, I opened 2 of them, are actually seeing play, I think, in Historic with Torrential Gearhulk as a combo, which is kind of funny. Oh, we do get Japanese art cards, though. So the front looks normal, just the back is, you can see, is, I'm covering up the name. There you go. The name is in Japan, which is kind of funny, and then the logo and everything in the watermark there, Japanese. So there's the lands. So I'm going to quickly go through these because again I don't remember most of the cards, the basics, the commons I mean, and uncommons. So and most of them aren't great anyways. So I know that one though. The old eye twitch. All right, so there's our rare. So let me look that one up because that one I do not know off the top of my head. Though I have seen it. That is. Alright, so we have to scroll down to the mono blue. Just bear with me for a second. That is Dream Strix. So it's got the illusion ability. And we hit a Revitalize. So let me call up the screen here. Alright, so we're Revitalize in the non-Japanese. And we get Luminancer. So this is the one that's seeing I think some play. Being tested in older formats because it gets +2/+0. Yeah, Melissa, they have the art cards back. Yeah, they're still a thing, and we get a cool pest token. Yeah, the art cards are back, and I mean they're cool, but I certainly wouldn't pay any extra for them. Like I don't know, I don't know if there's like a people that are actually look forward to those. I mean they're okay. I just don't have any interest in them. It'd be cool if like the artist actually could sign them. That would be really cool. If you got like the ones, but the problem is they're just gold stamped with the signature, so they're not even really signed. So that'd be a cool chase to get though, getting signed art cards. So there's the, that's the Quandrix Legendary Uncommon. So let's fly through these. That is the Witherbloom Legendary Uncommon Dina. That one I do know. And then we hit the, this is what, Biblio something? I'm close. The Biblioplex, there it is. So that's actually my first Biblioplex. And we get a Putrefy in Japanese. And this is the Game 4 Life Learned card. There's somebody, funny enough, referring to it as Sphinx's Revelation. I thought, oh, that's funny. Game 4 Life, draw a bunch of cards. No, especially this set. Like I don't know what is really worth the extra money, to be honest. All right, that's the Elder Dragon, I should say, for Quandrix. And all right, we get. I think it's double something. I think I've gotten tons of this card. I should know. And oh, we hit our first Japanese card. So that is 1 white. So I'm guessing it's Defiant Strike is what I'm going to take a shot at. And see if I can find it here quickly on the list. And the answer is no, I cannot find it quickly. I must have passed it. Nope, there it is. Yeah, I'm guessing it's, yeah, that's Defiant Strike. Okay. Not too shabby. And we get a foil of, I'll keep the Japanese in a separate file. Foil of that. And a Goblin Lore. Okay, so these are in English. And funny enough, I actually picked up a set of Goblin Lores. So what are the odds are that I actually got one of them as my list card. I was surprised that that's in English. I didn't know the list cards were in English. So I learned something new there. Yeah, the Future Fly art is beautiful. Yeah, it really is nice. You know, if it gets reprinted in standard, then I could see it seeing play again. Outside of that, I don't know if it's a strong enough card. Whoops. There's the mythic blue creature. It's the extent of my knowledge on that card. I think it's very expensive and does something with spells. Ooh, that's the Dredge card there. Thrilling Discovery. And we get the blue-green Snarl. But the extent of my knowledge of that name. And this is Thrilling Discovery, I think. And we hit a foil common, I don't remember what it is. And we get Cradle Guard, so there's a Saga throwback. And those Echo cards actually were pretty strong, as I recall. I don't know if Cradle Guard itself was, but there was 2 mana 3/3 that could regenerate. That was quite good with Echo. But I think compared to current design, they're kind of laughable. And that's Lightning Bolt. I don't know why I looked at the back, because I can't read it, but I'm pretty sure that's not Lightning Bolt. Alright, and then we get a gorgeous basic lands there. And we get the, that's the Witherbloom guy that has the combo. Actually, let me take a look. The Sheen. No, I think it's the same. I think just maybe it does have a little bit of a glare on it. But it definitely looks beautiful, though, in person. I can only imagine like what the other, like the foils and then the etched foils. So I heard the etched foils aren't as bad as they originally were announced. I think Ryan was telling me that they actually looked a lot better. There was some foiling on them because he bought a 8-box collector booster box of them. All right, and then there's Prismaria Command. So that one I know. And ooh, this is a good one. There's a couple options I think for 2 mana, and this one is Thrill Possibility. Okay, the one that we just opened. The logo does have a little bit of a, kind of see the logo there in the bottom right, the rarity symbol is right there, and it does have a bit of a glare, shine to it, if you get in there, catching the light. And then we get a foil Japanese Discovery. Nice. Along with a token. Tokens do look sick though. So how was Costco? Was it busy? All right, this is a Primal Command. All right. Oh, it looks like we get something cool at the back. And we get a full art Japanese Kazmina. Very nice. It's not too shabby. And we get another mythic. So this is I believe the Mentor. Pretty nice double mythic pack. And a Duress in the regular Mystical Archive. To go along with a the common red-white land that scries for 4. Can't think of the name of that. The name escapes me. Yeah, not too bad though, double mythic pack. I think that's our first, yeah, that was our first mythic, so not too bad to get 2 in the same pack. Well, that's good. There's no line. Yeah, I know. I can imagine, like, if you go on the bad times, that it's probably crazy. I literally haven't gone to, Costco since the craziness, so that's been over a year for me. Yeah, I got the English one too of the full art. Funny enough, so I've only opened the full art ones. Ooh, the Inkling token. All right, and we hit. Ooh, that one I don't. Oh, it's Urza's Rage. That one, and we get a foil Forest. And let's see. And we get, I believe that's the Witherbloom Deans. Flip them over. Yep. And we also hit, ooh. This is part of that cycle where you can pay less mana to have a smaller effect. So let me see what the card is. This is Ingenious Mastery. So you can pay 3 mana rather than pay its spell's mana cost. If 3 mana was paid, draw 3 cards. An opponent creates 2 treasure tokens and scries 2. If the cost wasn't paid, you draw X cards. Okay, that's a lot to grasp right now, but yeah, seems okay though. In the worst, your opponent gets to draw some treasure cards. All right, and then we hit a, gonna guess, I was gonna say naturalize, but I don't think naturalize is part of these. So what is 1 green? I'm gonna find out right now. That is Adventurous Impulse. Wow, that I would not have guessed that is Adventurous Impulse by looking at the art. That has, but okay, I can kind of see it. They're in the forest, I guess, is kind of the call. And then we get a foil, whatever that is, and a Inkling token. Yeah, Adventurous Impulse is, and the art itself is beautiful. You can see kind of some kind of skeleton, snake skeletons in the tree. Okay, now I get a chance to look at it. Yeah, there's a lot of text on a lot of these cards. All right, so there's that. And I think you get usually a foil sign 1 per box. I think one time I had 2 foil sign cards. Not that, again, not that it really matters, but it's just something to look out for, I guess. All right. All right, which card is this? It's funny, a lot of these cards I've seen because I sorted the cards, but I could not tell you what their names are, or what they did, or anything, because yeah, most of them are great. So this is a combination of studies. So it's exiled top X cards in your library. For each land card exiled this way, create a treasure token. For each blue card exiled this way, draw a card. For each red card exiled this way, combination of studies deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay, so it's like a self-mill card that kind of, I guess, deals a bunch of damage to your opponents. Interesting. All right, and then we hit Define Gambit, the best archive card in the bunch, along with a foil Japanese Eye Twitch and a Calming Alicid. So I think they were able to clean these up, because I think originally these were kind of messy with the that cycle with the Oracle text, but it looks like they've able to kind of probably use some updated wording and shrink the amount of flavor text they've had to use with it. All right, so that's Tendrils of Agony. And let's see what we have here. Yep, that's the dog barking. Okay, so this looks like the Lorehole Deans. Yeah, that's what I would take an educated guess. Then we get the Black-Green Snarl. So that's 2 Snarls so far, not too bad. And, ooh, I'm gonna guess this is Shock. If I had to take a guess, that's educated. Yes, Shock. Okay, so that's really beautiful though. I love the character. I can't tell if they're devil horns. It looks like they're devil horns, but they might just be the hair. But either way, they're made to look like devil horns. So really awesome version of the card. And we get a foil I don't know of. And Fomori Nomad. So this was part of a cycle in Future Sight that was all vanilla creatures. And this is like the first time they use like full art like this. So it has like the Future Sight frame along with the full art. So there's a couple other like Massive Ghouls. There's a 3/1 Leonin creature that's like this. There's a couple others. There's a cycle of them. And I remember I got them. I think I got a playset of each one foil because they looked so awesome at the time. They were the first time you've seen a card like that, especially in a base set. So that's cool to see. You know, it's not really worth. Yeah, I know. The problem is going to be finding the other 3 for the playset. I would definitely use that as my shock. So for standard decks and the like, I know it's so tough. It's going to be tough to find them, but they are beautiful. All right, so let's keep the train going. And this card, it's the one that destroys an artifact, enchantment, or planeswalker. I think I only pulled 1 between my 2 pre-release packs and then 2 set boosters. I pulled 1 copy of this card. So it's clearly one of the chase uncommons. And this is the Vanishing Verse, I believe, that exiles a monocolored permanent. So that's a really strong card. One of the best in the set. And we get a D-Spark. Yeah, you can tell because it's got the 4 there in the text box. And it's obviously a black-white card. So, sweet D-Spark and an uncommon I don't recognize. Ooh, we get a Japanese of the Mythic Avatar token. That is really cool. So I determined did a little reading on something, and it turns out I think the black-white mythic that flips into that demon card, it's black-red ink on the other side. That is, I think, the villain, I think, of Strixhaven, kind of the evil wizard. So that's the token that gets made from it. I'm not sure the entire story behind it, but that's the at least what I know. Ooh, there's our foil signed card. Almost looks like a blade of wheat or something there, bottom. And we get a foil plains. All right. Let's avoid the glare. All right. So let's see. A very Witherbloom pack. Okay. There's another Luminancer. And we get the, don't remember the name, but this is the one that doubles it X times. That spell. And we get a regular Adventurous Impulse in Japanese. And Pest Summoning, foil Japanese. So I think so far all of our Japanese art cards have just been, yeah, they've just been uncommon so far. So we're hoping to get a rare or two, maybe fingers crossed for maybe a mythic. I think the second most expensive archive card behind Demonic Tutor is Teferi's Protection, which, as far as I understand, it's mostly due to the scarcity of the card being a commander-only card and not having been printed for a few years, or at least original printing. And I don't think it's ever been in a booster pack. Ooh, the Witherbloom Command. Very nice. My wealth of useless knowledge grows ever so by the day. Oh, and speak of the villain of the set, there it is. So it turns into the demon there. And I believe that's the only non-enemy pair multicolored card in the entire set. Is that card, because everything else is enemy colors. All right, and then there's the hybrid mana rare for Prismaria. And that looks like a counterspell if I had to call one, so that is beautiful. And I was correct, it is counterspell. So that's pretty pretty sweet. It looks beautiful up close too. Though the symbols are very hard to tell. You can see it right there, the boldness of that symbol in the bottom right, but otherwise they're very hard to tell what the symbol is, like just by looking at the art. I wish they kind of maybe make them stick out a little bit more. And we hit another elemental token. So that's good. At least we got one rare in Japanese. Though I do wish they just made all the cards Japanese that were in this set. You know, there's enough languages that will have the regular, this style of archive card. Why didn't they just make all these Japanese? This is a little silly to me, but I'm not the one in charge of making these big decisions. All right, so there's Stone Rain, I believe. Oh, and we get a lesson. So this is the bad collecting company will have you. All right, so we have... Oh boy, this one I don't know. This is obviously, you can tell by the text box, part of the cycle that you can pay another alternate cost. So this is the white version of that card. So that makes it Devastating Mastery. So if double white 2 was paid, an opponent chooses 2 non-land permanents they control and returns them to their hand, destroy all non-land permanents. Yeah, I don't like letting your opponents return stuff to your hand if you destroy everything. That kind of defeats the purpose, so doesn't seem super great. Ooh, we hit another 2-1, so this is Grape Shot. Very nice. So yeah, it is a rare. Show that to the camera a little bit. So that's our Grape Shot, which is a pretty sick card to get one copy of. I think a lot of times they just need one copy of Grape Shot. Or I might be mistaken. And there's our treasure token. There we go. We hit a couple rares in a row now. Counterspell and Grape Shot. All right, and we hit one of the Elder Dragons. I think that's Lorehold. We get a foil of the basic land, specifically the Swamp variety. So this is the Lorehold pack, looks like. And we get the Quill. Poet's Quill, I believe it's called. And I'm going to guess Doomblade? No, Agonizing Remorse. Okay, that makes sense, yeah, because it's not a rare. So there's Agonizing Remorse. Looks pretty. The person looks pretty remorseful in the art. Yeah, I do like the counterspell. It does look sweet. If only it was playable like in any format I play. But it's a classic card, so I don't mind getting it. I feel like we used up a lot of our luck on the Japanese cards. We're going to hit a bunch of regular art style ones next. Oh, that's the Golgari hybrid gold card. Abomination they're making. Alright. Okay, this is the spell creature for Witherbloom, so in this case it had to just be an artifact. And nope, I was wrong. We hit another rare. This one is, looks like somebody's quite angry in the art. It is Compulsive Research. Okay. That's, I think originally Ravnica. So there you go. Compulsive Research. And we get Root Runner. So Root Runner is funny, not because it's played anymore or anything like that, but Root Runner used to be, you could combo with Kiki Jiki to basically time walk your opponent every turn for the rest of the game. If they can't do anything with the mana they have in play and everything, you just keep making a Root Runner every turn and putting the same land back on top of their deck, essentially logging them out of the game. So that's about the most I think I've heard of a Root Runner seeing play. And it is actually printed in the same set, so it is BFFs with Kiki Jiki if you want to build the deck that way. Ooh, a pest again, another pest token in Japanese. And we get Negate. Alright. And we get a... don't know what this card is. It's probably not very great. We get to Claim the Firstborn. Unfortunately, though, it's not in the cool Japanese style. And we get that squirrel card. Squirrel something. And then the pest token. So hopefully we get 1 to 2 more mythics in the box. That's yeah, I was definitely getting pretty hot on the Japanese cards for a while there. So I expect, ooh, Defiant Strike. I expect to hit a bunch of just regular art ones for a bit here. Alright, so we hit that I'm not sure about. Ooh, we did hit another Japanese card, so let's focus in on that. If I had to guess, I'd say Frozen Grip, but the green one's kind of throwing me off a little bit, so... Cultivate, okay, that makes sense, yeah, because I didn't think it was rare, but that is a sweet, sweet Cultivate. You can see the plants and everything. Makes sense given the context of it. And we get a foil of that bad Planar Cleansing. So 2 of those. And Necrovolver. So this is from Apocalypse. So this is in the evasion block. And this was the first enemy colored set. So this one kind of broke a lot of ground. This is where the enemy colored pain lands like Landalore Wastes and Cave of Kolios are from. So you can see this one is a part of a cycle of Volvers that you can kick with the enemy colors. And it gets some kind of bonus. So yeah, these are more like historical cards and less like I want to play that card. The Volvers I don't think are very constructed playable, so yeah, it's mostly nostalgia that brings those ones back into your mind. I'm just throwing packs of, ooh, that's the Belladros, I think. Oh, I know that because I opened it in the last set booster box I got. Spoiler alert. Oh, we hit, I think this is the, I'll find out. This is the Prismaria spell card thing, double-sided one from that cycle. And this is the red part of that cycle. It looks like we're hitting a lot of those ones where you can pay a different cost to get a different effect. So this one is Fervent Mastery. So if you only pay 4 mana, an opponent discards any number of cards and draws that many cards. The main effect is you search your library for 3 cards, put them into your hand, shuffle, then discard 3 cards at random. Ugh. You had me till that very last bit, and then I'm like, no. It seems like it's got to be a very focused deck that can play this. I think, from what I remember, I think it's supposed to be like 50%. Kind of like the drop rate for the War of the Spark Japanese Planeswalkers. I think it's half. So this is, I think it's our, this must be our Mythic. So this is Tainted Pact. So luckily I recognized the art for Demonic Tour, so it didn't get me too excited seeing the Mythic symbol and the 2 mana. So yeah, Tainted Pact. So that's our Mythic. Pretty cool. And we get this this dude. I think he's kind of like an Entomb. That's my recollection of that card. Yeah, Tainted Pact is interesting. I know it's seeing some play in some combo decks with that double blue Merfolk that wins the game if you have no cards in your library. I always forget it from Theros. I think it's from Theros. That's the combo with it, with that card. I just can't remember that card because I haven't played a format with it in a very long time. Ooh, and we hit the Mythic lesson. So let me just look this one up because I remember seeing this one. This is Mascot Exhibition. So you create basically a token from each of the main ones. So the 2/1 Inkling with flying, the 3/2 red and white spirit, 4/4 blue and red elemental. That's odd you don't create the pest token though. I just kind of assumed you did, but I guess you don't create a pest. Pests are not good enough to, I guess, require the space that it requires because you have to write the whole when it dies, gain a life aspect. So I guess they didn't want to write that down on the card. It seems like that's just part of the whole lesson cycle of create for limited, unplayable outside limited, and this card, I got this confused with the one I just opened. So let me see what this card does. This is. Okay, sorry. This is the one that puts cards in your graveyard. Okay, so the other card is. Let me find it on here. I don't see it. Let me go to the top, maybe. I don't see it on this list. Must not exist. We must have dreamed the card. Okay, I'll look up this one later. I thought that's what this one did, but this one must do something else. So, anyways, this is the card I was thinking about earlier, where it searches for a card and puts in your graveyard. Ooh, and we get another rare. So this is Gift of Estates. So this is the one that tutors up if your opponent has more lands and you search it for up to 3 planes. Oops, sorry. I see you actually read it. So very nice looking. Not sure how useful the card is, but it's very beautiful art. And we get the spirit token. Alright, so we have, looks like the owl there. And we get the double striking red-white hybrid card, so all your creatures gain double strike. And, oh, I got this one's on the tip of my tongue. It's some kind of strategic denial or something like that, I think is the name of the card. Whirlwind Denial, there you go. So this is the I think one of the standard legal counter spells. So that's why it's in the in that spot. And we hit Dragon's Guard Scale, whatever it's called. I just remember it gets a counter when you cast an instance or sorcery. Magecraft, it gets a +1 counter, and then you pay 6 to double counters. This is also the buy box promo, so it's kind of funny to hit the foil of it. And we get a Voldarian Illusionist. So I've never seen this card. So this is from Weatherlight. And you can make a creature phase out. And it's a crazy Merfolk card. Okay, we're into the last pack here. Or last stack of packs, I should say. So we got a third of the box left. So I think we've done pretty well, though. We've hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 Japanese. And then, you know, hit a mythic, a bunch of rares. Definitely, you know, on par for what I was hoping for. I mean, in my dreams, I was hoping that would be the mythic, black mythic would be a demonic tutor, but you know, we can't always get what we want. All right, another Witherbloom rare and Cultivate. And this is a regular art Cultivate. And the dog that you have to sacrifice 2 cards, or 2 creatures. And we get Necromancy. So this card is actually pretty sweet. Although I do have the original when I played Reanimator and Commander. Essentially, it just brings back a creature from your graveyard and you cast it as an instant. But you have to bury it at the end of the turn, so it's more like a combat trick if you do it that way rather than a permanent way to bring a creature back from your graveyard. So pretty cool though. Yeah, we're hitting all the art cards for all the dragons. But we haven't actually hit a dragon ourselves, funny enough. Though there are like 20 mythics in the set, so understandable. Ooh, that's a good one. That's one of the chase rares. And we get the Phoenix. So the new Phoenix in the set. And we get a Harmonize. So I think it's my first Harmonize. Again, not that I really need a bunch, but the Necromancy stuff in Nightmares. Yeah, it is pretty terrifying. That kind of summarizes the early Magic. And we get a foil Agonizing Remorse. So pretty nice. So the black and red is kind of terrifying. It's a cool card though. Yeah, they did a lot of the early black spells had that kind of nightmarish art to it. If you ever seen like the original Terror art, it has like that kind of creature huddled in the corner. That kind of was like the theme they went for with black, kind of like the terror-inducing. I think it was kind of like what they were when they were first figuring out what black was really about. I think that's kind of what they focused on, the horror aspect of it. Yeah, which I don't mind because it creates a little bit of, you know, evokes feeling. And we get the black-white command. And we hit Growth Spiral. Almost couldn't remember that I saw the mana cost and remembered, oh yeah, that's Growth Spiral. And we hit another foil. Actually, the logo really pops too when you see these. Not the logo, I mean the rarity symbol really pops. So I believe that's Negate. Yep, that is a Japanese foil Negate. So that is awesome to hit two of them. And there's the token. So if you're wondering how these holding up, they seem to be okay. Relatively flat. You can see them on top of each other like that, and kind of the angle. So those ones seem to be okay. And like the rarity symbol is really nice. It really looks beautiful. I can see why the higher end versions, you know, the higher end cards go for a lot of money, because getting like a demonic tutor in that foiling would be awesome. All right, ooh, that's the plum card there. It's a pretty good one. Ooh, we hit another mythic. So this is the Lorehold Elder Dragon, whose name escapes me. And the draw spell, or draw card whenever we cast a spell or copy spell, and we hit a Claim the Firstborn. Very nice. You can tell right away the goblin there has obviously a very Japanese inspired goblin stealing the baby, and a foil common and a pest token. All right. Okay, so we get a Witherbloom Command. This one I think has some chance of seeing play in older formats, so that's pretty cool. And that is a card I have not pulled in the regular set yet, so just give me a second to see which one that is. That is Mana Tithe, so very nice. So not only when you Mana Tithe them, you can get them, you can also have them look up the card to see what it does. I guess if I looked at the text box, I could have seen the one down there for the additional one you must pay with Mana Tithe. But yeah, you can get your point with a cool looking Mana Tithe in Japanese. I'll do the count, but so far it looks like we're outweighing the Japanese. Looks like it's outweighing the non-Japanese. Yeah, I agree, Melissa. Like the symbol really does pop on those foils. You know, nothing I've never really noticed on the regular, you know, foils. I've never seen them do that. So that's cool that they did that for those ones. Oh, there we go. The stadium. So the card everyone's gonna hate if you play. And ooh, man, we're really hitting ones I have not seen before. Really questioning my knowledge of all these cards, and that is Regrowth. So very cool. Regrowth used to be I think a little more expensive and kind of harder to find because it was not necessarily like a power 9 level card, but it was a pretty strong card, being able to return any card from graveyard to your hand for just 2 mana. Being that it's on the reserve list and it's been reprinted a few times, it's kind of lost some of the luster that built up, but it's still a sweet card to open though, and I'll definitely take the Japanese Mystical Archive version. And our spirit token. Alright, we're down to final 4. So still hoping to get a Faithless Living. Fingers crossed at least. So it won't be this pack, I'll tell you that much. I've heard this card is actually getting, like a common, because it's one of those ones you need multiples of, it actually is starting to get some value, so that'll be one to hold on to in the future. Oh, and we hit another Elder Dragon, so this is the Quandrix one. Pretty nice. And a Snarl to go with it. I think that's more Snarls than I've hit in this box than I have in total. At least for the color spread. I won't have Snarls in 2 colors, so you've done pretty well. And we get a Negate in Japanese art. So very nice Negate. Alright, 3 packs left. And yep, we're going to strike out with the Japanese again. There's that card, I forget which it does, that I have a million copies of. And we hit a Crux of Fate, so the legendary, I don't know if you want to call it, stolen art, or whatever you want to call it, with the nickel bowls here that got taken from somebody else's art and just repositioned with the arm and everything. So this has got a story with it. And I can't remember the last time I saw Crux of Fate in any kind of deck, so I guess that's the most exciting thing about that card, is that there's an interesting story about it. Yeah, I agree. Melissa, the Regrowth art is beautiful. It's definitely pretty sweet. All right. All right, pack number 2. All right. Looks like, all right, we hit our rare there. And, ooh, we hit a Japanese card. It is written a lot of blue, looks like, this box. Usually I end up hitting a lot of red, so the one time I actually want to hit a red card, we don't seem to do a good job of hitting them. All right, so this is Whirlwind Denial. Okay, I guess I should have guessed that, looking at the mana cost and the symbol. And we hit a foil Revitalize. That's kind of funny. So we started the box off with Revitalize, and we're going to end the box almost with Revitalize. Okay, last pack. We'll be able to tell right away whether we have a shot at hitting something cool. And looks like we hit a regular art. So there goes the hopes and dreams. Oh, we did get this terrible lesson rare. So that'll make me feel better, I guess. Alright, so we hit... Alright, so this is the Lorthhold Command. And we hit a Stone Rain in Japanese to go along with a card. I don't remember what it does. Alright, and a Spirit Token. Yeah, I should shuffle. Lately I've been trying to shuffle so I don't get the last pack, because the last pack is always terrible. So if you shuffle, there's a greater chance you'll hit something sweeter. Really weird that we hit that the list cards are all English. I did not expect that. Yeah, I mean, it's list cards. They're pretty much guaranteed to all just be commons. I mean, and Necromancy is probably the best one we got, I think. I would have been excited about the Goblin Lore, but like I said, I already purchased a playset of them. Not expecting to ever actually open one, so kind of funny I did that. But yeah, Necromancer's pretty sweet. Everything else is mostly just trash, as we say. And you know, it's it's kind of tough to get excited about these as far as like, you know, wanting to buy the box or buy the packs just to get these. I don't think these really add any value. And I think if you're, you know, buying product of this set boosters, expecting this to kind of carry the box or give you a lot of value, you're going to generally be disappointed. So I kind of just forgot they were even in these in this product until I opened the pack. So yeah, I think that's the best way to look at it, because if you go in there thinking you're going to pull some of the higher end ones, yeah, you're going to be disappointed almost, I think, almost all the time. So as far as the mythics go, we did hit 6, so we did pretty well. We hit 2 Elder Dragons, the Terrible Lesson. This card is sweet, hitting our demon making card there, and then we got this. This card probably has the most potential ink of any of the cards we opened in terms of being constructed playable. You know, just needs to find the right home, but it is pretty sick otherwise. And then, you know, hitting Japanese Kazmina is pretty cool, even if the card I don't think is going to set the world on fire. So let me do a final tally of our cards here and see how we did. So as far as our regular ones go, and I'll pull up the foils to not count those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 if you count the foil. And then we hit 1, 2, 3, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So a little bit, actually a little bit less. We kind of caught up. 16 if you count the foil. So 16 to 17, I believe, if you count the foil. So a little bit short compared to the Japanese. But you know, but still pretty good though. We got a pretty even distribution, and like I said, we hit a mythic and a bunch of rares in the Japanese, which was nice. You know, these cards, I don't really put any value in these, so they are what they are, right? And then the rares, Witherbloom Command's nice. And I'm sure some of these will see play somewhere or have some kind of value. Maybe, you know, the Verse is cool. I like that. And then Snarls will probably see play if you ever get to play Standard. Those should be good for that format, at least for 2-color decks. So I think that's going to wrap up today's box opening. Thanks everyone that tuned in, and hopefully you enjoyed looking at these awesome Japanese cards. And again, I'll show you you can kind of see them in the light here. Got a nice foiling there on the rarity symbol. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you give a like and follow.